course, we're going to get some ads. It still says I have a delivery, and I thought, well, I believe that because I was associating with the post office, but I don't think that that's true now. So getting back to nothing, really. I didn't start yet. We're just looking at my stimulus check info right there on the screen. And I have to click there for the stimulus check info. Like a lot of it, it's like get your info about getting the info. But anyway, I wanted to talk about something kind of personal. I probably won't put this on YouTube. Besides for talking about my teeth, I don't know why. Does everybody have teeth problems eventually? I mean, is it just me? Anyway, who knows why we get teeth problems? You know, I fixed a good amount of what was happening with one side with holistic healing and attention and talking to God. But anyway, getting into what I wanted to talk about here is something very personal about myself, which I feel very good about. When I feel good, when I'm at my best, this is how I perform. And see, my Venus is in the 6th house of service, and it's kind of Saturn is there. There's a part of fortune right next to it too. I mean, there's a part of fortune that is there that's buffering against Saturn. So that's good, you know. That's very positive. Otherwise, the the 6th house is kind of dreary. I don't know why. I mean, really, every house has its dreary side to it. There's got to be a positive side to it. And so, you know, for me, my Venus is there in Virgo, in the natural house of Virgo. It's just inching into the 7th house. And I have my Venus is there. So it's a Venus in a person's chart kind of points at what gives them pleasure, like, and what, you know, what they're socially as looking good at, what um, what they consider beautiful, or what they bring beautification to. It's the feminine urge, and it has to do with beauty a lot, and pleasure, and what bring and could be hooked into our career, really, just like how we feel, basically. But it's a good feeling. It's like what how we get to our good feeling. So after we sit through that, on what Venus in Virgo, I have it in Virgo in the 6th house of service and career. It's like working in career and service and stuff. So what I like, see, it's kind of freelance with me, but I'm always worked for people, you know. And I now, just going in general, it's like I don't have to work for them, but a lot of times I associate with people, and that's who I wind up doing this thing. It's energetic, and I found myself doing it again today. Is see, these people have hired me to do their yard, and I'm very grateful. I mean, my Venus isn't. I get to serve them. I'm very self conscious. I'm conscientious about my service to people, and I know I'm very capable. I can get things done, but really, it's like I want to make sure that they feel good when I walk away. and it's hard when they give you a chunk of money, right? Nobody likes to give their money to, uh, you know, you know, that's just true. I mean, it's like a lose-lose situation, kind of maybe. People want to make sure it's a lose-lose. I mean, I don't believe in that, but because I operate on a completely different level of understanding about a lot of things, and I'm realizing that now. Let's get back into astrology, like with what's going to happen, what's happening now is just so magical, it's so beautiful. Um, Jupiter is conjuncting Neptune in Pisces. These two are kind of at home in Pisces. I have Jupiter in Pisces, and so this is happening in my 12th house. And I've been feeling this kind of going inside. No choice but to go into my inner. Just this. There's a place inside that's not the world. Pardon me while I try and pick some orange out of my teeth right in front of their face. It's an inner sanctuary, um, and if I was see the thing is I don't have my guitar strung up on my acoustic guitar. I can turn on my electric guitar. It's kind of an inconvenient spot right now. I should have it hooked up here where it's at least the warmer part of the house. I mean, we're just getting through winter now, and the collective is probably going through this. I mean, really, when I talk about Jupiter and Neptune conjunct um, in the sky now, how it's impacting my Venus. And so getting back to my Venus, that so I whenever I've had a job, and so but I've noticed this. I don't have any choice about this. That I will. I do energetic work on people when I guess they call it Reiki, but I don't know. But I tend to tap the ethers and go in to them, and I find it really. This is the first time I've done this in a long time, but it's because I have gotten hired, and it's the first time I've been hired in a long time. But so getting back to, it's really easy to tap this ether, the field of information that everybody is hooked into. Okay, so we're all here. Of course, we know the reality contains us, and we are its content. And so I'm really appreciative of these people who have hired me. And it's just taken a long time to get to this. I'm a Venus in Virgo. And it's just like all I'm doing, all I'm saying is that I tend to, and this is my joy, and this is my happiness. This is what my Venus is up to. This is what brings me pleasure. This is what I would be miserable if I couldn't do this, have this kind of symbiotic, it's a love thing. Now let me tell you what I'm doing is at night I go in I go into the people's electrical system, and I would like to say their mind, but really it's just like I know that we're connected on all levels, different. I can just begin to tell you, but I think I'm getting qualified enough to try to tell you this is who I really am. And so to just long story short, as I kind of go in and energetically I make love to people. However you want to think that is, as long as it's pleasurable, it's warming, it's feeding, it's expanding, it's allowing. It's like this. It's energetic. It's like I said. It's feeding. It's immersing in floating, kind of. And I do this. Like I said, God kind of controls that because He has control of everything in life. I don't know if you know that, but that's kind of a secret. And so I just watch this, and um, it's different. People, everybody else is different. I have not everybody has Venus and Virgo in the sixth house. You know what I'm saying? And then with the other configurations with Jupiter and Pisces, right now, my Venus, and I just noticed that Uranus in Taurus is going to be trining my Venus. I don't see how or what, and it's true because I just popped onto this different timeline. I just popped onto this different thing, and I can see myself giving a thank you notice to people. I don't want to talk about it now, but there's a lot of people that stepped up and helped me while I was in a really bad place, and even it was just my mind. I tried to warn people, and I'm not saying that I'm any better right now. I'm just I've gotten better at handling whatever it is, even the way I look. It's like, God dang, you don't even look fucking fine. But anyway, thanks for listening to this. And don't ever say that in front anything like that in front of your narcissist. The truth is, you know, we um, are growing up. We're kind of, and I happen to be a transformational guru, and it's like, of course, I have a lot of work to do, and just thank you people for being part of all of that. Helping me out, even if it was like the worst. I mean, the truth is, there was a romantic, a, my dog is going to start breathing her happy breath. But anyway, strange timing. Anyway, talking about the romantic involvement I have, what I want to talk about is like that. I'm talking about my Venus. It's kind of personal, you know what I'm saying? But I let you in on how I make love with people who I work for because I appreciate if they're giving me money. I go in, I try to heal people. I do things, and I know that they'll have a dream about me, and they'll be like, and it's like, I get the weirdest reactions. It's like, we live in a different realm, okay? With the Jupiter and Pisces, it's like, I move into that different ether. There's some material you could find that'll talk about it. And it does happen. With the more people I associate with, the more people will have a dream about me. I know when they have a dream about me. I know because I went there and visited them. But anyway, getting back to, okay, now I'm just telling you this some personal stuff, and I don't think I should put this on YouTube or anything. It's like I should rather. But this is a possibility of a human existence, and we need to start talking more. We are the scientists, and we are the ones who can keep the books, be an author at least, and write the stuff down or make an audiobook. So anyway, writing is more organizational. You can really focus, and everybody knows me from that on Facebook. Getting back to the mind, how I've been dealing with that, and then how I had a okay. So I managed to see with me, and I kind of I'm a tiger. So if there's a romantic involvement, like I can see that, okay, there is something, and it's always that it's intense. There is intense, a lot of feeling, and it's like I can take it one way or the other. Like I can take this desire, and we can know each other. Like, I'm talking about getting into lovers, and so, and a romantic situation. Of course, Of course, I'm like I've got a lot of Libra, and it's like I'm a machine that is built for that. But I have Venus and Virgo, so that's ruling all my planets in Libra, and so the Neptune was opposing it, and I have Jupiter there at the same time, which is highly beneficial. It says somebody beneficial is going to be there and can benefit you. But then there is the Neptune that is very deceptive. Neptune, there's a lot of issues there. You have to be careful. And I know this as an astrologer, and as also I know myself. I mean, very, very, it's ridiculous. Um, if I am 25 years ahead of my time, it's ridiculous. You don't talk like that, and you don't open up like that, and you don't know that much. You're not supposed to be that clear. You don't just talk about, that. Anyway, thanks for listening. I can find some place to splice this, and I was talking about, just the personal thing and with my Venus and how it was aspected. Okay, it was like last winter. We have intense culmination, and now it's kind of conjuncting. It's going exact, and the truth is, it's Jupiter that's coming exact at 23. At 23, Neptune Neptune goes click like today or something, or tomorrow or something, and then Jupiter goes click 23, and that exactly opposes my Venus. So when I advertised to do yard work, it was yesterday that I put this scene up, and I realized it was just like this. I couldn't have done it better, because I got 3 or 4 responses that I know that they're going to be I make $200 at least, but not really. I mean, I because it's a lot of work, and the $200 is a big job, and nobody wants to pay any money at all. I am such the Venus in Virgo that just like, God, I'm sorry I'm taking your money. Shut up. You're there to take money, and you're a good service worker, and you do a great job. You do a better job, because here's what the thing is because I have Venus in the 6th house, I do it with love, and you can see the difference. You can see the difference. Love knows how to work everything. Everything. Love does not fail. And I have this crazy analytical style and detailed style with everything. Perfectionist. It's a burden. And it's like, please give me a tip. A lot of people just don't notice it, and they don't care. Once you start getting into money, I mean, they don't respect you, especially when they start. A lot of people just see. This is the thing. Is about. This is a long video. Talk about doing yard work. Most people do not like it. They don't value it in their life. They see no fucking use for it in their life at all. It's a pain in the ass, and they do not appreciate it. So when they have to pay somebody to do it, they don't appreciate that person, who they are, and the whole thing, and like what they're, and the feeling is like, yeah, you take care of that. Just don't want to get like into projecting to think I know what they're talking about. They can have respect, but really, it's just deep down they don't have any worth for they. It's not worth a damn to them. See, I wouldn't do it unless I knew for sure that I could. And what has happened is that starting tomorrow morning, I do yoga. I have to do yoga for no reason. Somebody was trying to tell me, well, just do yoga while you're doing every physical thing. I hear you, but here's the thing is I don't do yoga for a physical thing. I'm doing it for the non-physical electrical body current thing. So when you do yoga, a yogi is tuning what they call is 108 points around you. They call it 108 points. It's this spherical thing. It's geometric, and they've showed pictures of it. It's fucking magnetic electrical, and it's interacting with the entire. It's a unifying field, and they say this unifying field is made of all of the shapes. It's the platonic solid shapes is what's happening. That's kind of what I've heard. Like atomically, this is what's happening. So everything can manifest, including thought. Okay, so we're hurling thought through the air. You can pick up. So I was trying to tell you how I go into the field of these fucking people, and I communicate on another level. And I just got into it today with Neptune going on, with Jupiter, Neptune, exactly doing this Venus thing. I know that all mankind isn't feeling exactly the way I am. Uh, there is a lot of people that are being aspected their Venuses, but this Jupiter Neptune thing in the sky is auspicious for everyone. Everyone has this. You need to look out for mystical, magical occurrences. If somebody has passed away in your life, try to understand that they're right there with you more so than you ever could realize. Listen for a subtle thing, because this is what's opening up to me. It's like, oh my God, because we don't know the reality we live in. We don't know from whence or whence. I meant where, babes. From where all of these. This is the thing, is you can get all dreamy about the Neptune thing, but really, there's a higher octave to all of this stuff. It's very spiritual, and boy, if you don't embrace that higher octave, you can fall into just, yeah, you're not understood a lot. You're just not understood, and you can't embrace. Why do you have all these visions, and you don't do your art enough, and now you're just gonna do alcohol, and you're gonna fucking, and you're gonna do that. It's escapism now, and it's like, fuck, man, I am. I've been experiencing that so hard. Everybody knows that. If they've been looking at me on Facebook, they're like, fuck, what's going on with Shana? Well, I'm the master, and I didn't say that I'm a fucking fixed, crystallized version of just pin me to the fucking wall, and there you go, and I'm over there in a picture. You narcissists, snap out of it. Master has no choice but to be reality, who they are, the truth of what they are. They are a biological glitch too. Everybody is the master. You know what I mean? If you can hear me, you have it in. It's it's there. It's that heart chakra thing is what I'm talking about. So I have to do yoga. Thank you for listening. It's time. I was being prepped and prepped and prepped and prepped and prepped, and it's like, if Shauna, if you don't do yoga for the rest of your life, you will coil up and turn into a C shape, and probably into a spiral, and we will wonder what. And it has nothing to do with the physical. It has to do with the electrical body, and how that you can do a lot more if you meditate and you do yoga.